Hey folks, Brad here with the Maritime Paintball Podcast. This week I bring up a very old argument I had many years ago by asking the question, should giveaways go to kids or to adults? We also announce our new voicemail system. That's right, you can now leave us a voicemail and we can play it on the show. Check the description for the link. Also, don't forget to keep an eye out for our collaborative Spotify playlist. We need all your amazing music for those epically long road trips we have planned this year. Now, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 326 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. My name is Brad O'Dell, and with me as always is...
your king of paintball and the second most recognized man named Tom in all of the Canadian paintball world today, Thomas Castle.
Where did that second part come from?
What, that I'm the second most recognized man named Tom in the
Who's
Tom Best.
Who's the most?
In Canada, Tom Best.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, Tom Montesor, but I mean, most recognized living man in the world in paintball today? Second most? Second most?
It was Tim, wasn't it?
Oh,
Tim.
shit, it was Tim. Sorry. I'm
Tom.
sorry. It was Tim.
There's a Tom Guest.
Well, yeah, there's Tom Guest. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
There you go.
And then my brother's Tim, but...
Oh, shit.
What?
Brandon Melvin's in the chat. It's been ages since I've seen that name pop up. Melanie Carr's out there.
Hi, Mel.
What up, Melanie? Can't wait to actually meet you in person. Can't wait to either get up
Have
there.
you never met Mel?
No. Or if I did, I don't remember.
Oh my God, yeah, you're gonna really enjoy Mel. She's super nice.
Well, see, the problem. Remember the last street ball game? Remember I was right out of her. I was in a bad spot.
Oh man, Eli, buddy, hold on to that thought. We're gonna get to that later on because, yes, Brad is very passionate about this one. I'm gonna be really entertained.
I'm stirring the pot. I've been stirring the pot for years. I've been yelling this into the abyss for years.
Well, before we get into any of that, do you know who loves to yell into the abyss?
Me on the sponsor reel. So we're gonna be right back. We're just gonna do a quick sponsor shout out, and then we'll be back, and you get to listen to me and Tom.
The best Elise.
Go into all of that. Is that where you were trying to go to, or did I just totally cut you
No,
off?
you nailed it. I was going to say our sponsors love yelling into the abyss of Facebook and telling our fantastic listeners about the deals that they have for them.
It's true. All right, folks, back in 2 minutes. DEFCONPaintballGear.com is one of Canada's premier online paintball retailers, offering everything from the most tactical of mag-fed gear to the most competitive speedball gear. Orders over $150 get free ground shipping. Some restrictions do apply, so please double-check the site. And when you use the code MARITIMES, you save 10% off almost everything on the site. So what are you waiting for? Check out DEFCONPaintballGear.com. PB Swag Bag is the awesome service that sends you awesome paintball gear every month. For $37.95, they ship you a blue bag packed with awesome paintball gear. Everything from paintball gun cases to headbands and t-shirts. Sometimes it's even custom and only available through them. Head over to pbswagbag.com and use the code MPP10 to score 10% off your first bag. And if you don't like it, cancel anytime. There's no commitment. pbswagbag.com. As one of New Brunswick's premier paintball fields, Moncton Paintball offers everything from a walk-on to private parties, special events. Featuring the town of Mag Hill, a fully equipped playable urban paintball field, Mag Hill is packed. It's got cars, buses, trains, multiple buildings, some of them 2 stories, soon to be 3. Moncton Paintball is a field you cannot afford to miss. Find out more information at monctonpaintball.com. And we're back. So folks, yes, before we get into the big topic, Ponage is in there. He's saying, okay, hold on. Let's wrap this up first. Let's go back. Eli, we're going to get into your comment in a second. Elise is out there. What's happening, Elise? Tom, you're the only Tom that matters.
Love you. You're good. You're beautiful.
Right, Elise, you're too wholesome for this world. Ponage is asking, did I miss a big topic somewhere? Kind of. It kind of slipped under the radar a little bit, and I want to stir the pot.
He was real hot when he talked about it the other day, so I'm sitting. It's sit here and drink my water and smoke my cigar and my fake cigar and just enjoy that one.
Yes.
But we have some housekeeping to do.
We do.
Little stuff.
It's going to be great. Little stuff. Little things. First, I want to say a big shout out to congrats to Ryan Bell, regular listener of the show. He's hit not only 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, but he has managed to get into the YouTube Partner Program, which means he can now monetize his channel. So congrats, Ryan. I know you've been grinding at it, buddy.
Good job, buddy.
So congrats.
That's really great news. I'm very happy for
right?
Ryan. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. So very excited for him. He's been pumping out a ton of content. It's I hope he doesn't burn himself out. I think he's got the energy to keep it up.
He's a pretty energetic cat. I think he'll be. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, I think so too. So congrats to Ryan, and thank you to Andrew, who is in the chat. Mail call. I'm gonna wiggle the envelope around so nobody actually sees the address on it. I put the call to action a while back, asking for stickers, and I got some cool ones. I got an MWR sticker, and this itty bitty little square one that I don't recognize. Maybe somebody in the chat can tell me what it is as soon as I get it out of the envelope. I don't recognize this. So hopefully somebody can tell me what that is, because I don't know what it is. Anyways, I'm working on a project, and I need stickers. I need lots and lots of paintball stickers, but I don't want it to just be dozens and dozens of PB swag bag stickers. I want other stickers.
Does it have to be paintball? You want it just to be paintball? I ask, some funny stickers. I will not say no to funny stickers.
Is that really MWR's logo? That's MWR's logo? Oh, all right, cool.
Neat.
Solve the mystery. And Elise says, if you don't give us an address, we can't send you neat stuff. If you have stuff, then PM me, because I don't want to make the address public, I guess, is kind of how it works. So, Melody's sending some out. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm working on a project. I think we're going to try and keep it to paintball for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe we'll fill it in with some other non-paintball ones. So there's that. So thank you so much, Andrew, for sending that out. That was great. Those stickers are awesome. They're very heavy-duty stickers, and they will be used appropriately. What else do we have?
We got Melanie's telling us she can't wait to come to Moncton. Are you guys coming this weekend?
Yes, let me know.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. We know, Elise. Still can't wait to see you guys in a couple. Oh my God, it's like a couple of weeks, man. We were going from 0 to 100 in like 2 weeks, and my schedule just went and just filled right up, and I'm so happy for it.
Well, just think, bud, in this time next month, we'll be driving home from D-Day.
Yep, we'll be on our way home.
Crazy, eh?
Oh.
Can't wait.
I need this so bad, and I'm paying all my dues for it right now, so it's just like,
it's bad, right?
Boy.
It's bad.
Crotchless chaps. I did not get those. If you can, I'll wear them.
I'll wear assless chaps.
Yeah, assless chaps, not crotchless chaps. Again, part Irish. Nobody needs to see that. Ponage.
No, especially because it's still kind of colder in the day.
I'm not going to use that excuse. I know what I am. Ponage, dead sexy. Cannot wait to see you and your camera. Andrew Gagnon, I already like you. Like this guy here, Moncton map looks great. Moncton is a wicked field, and they changed it. They changed some stuff up again. The boys are out there with the bikes. They're moving cars. They're moving bunkers.
Good.
Yeah, of course. You know what the gas man's like. He keeps everything kind of tippity-toppity shape.
He changes halfway through the season too, like that. He changes up Moncton without even you come in and he's just like, so I got bored yesterday and I moved that there and I moved this there and I moved that there. And
well,
like, all right, let's play it.
He plays it with us, and then he tells us where those spots are, and then he moves them so that he's always just one step ahead of us. That greasy man.
It truly is.
That's okay, Mel. That's awesome. That's a wicked reason to not be down, but we got to get up there. So
very
you guys are
going
to be open soon. So. The 5th, we'll be gone that weekend, but oh boys, I'll be making a trip up to the Miramichi.
Oh, easy. Easy.
I got friends up there.
We'll be making our way.
Yep. For sure.
100%. I'm excited because Brittany's already agreed to go and go sit up in the tower with Melanie. So.
Right on.
It'll be a good time.
It's a good meeting place for all of us, too.
It really is.
Halfway point.
So it's a good, solid halfway point. So there's that. The Spotify playlist. The link is in the description. I think I can drop the link in the comments again.
You fixed it?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but let's just drop that link right there in the comments for anybody. So this is the collaborative playlist. Anybody can add to it. Add whatever you want. We need all the music you can get. We want as much as you can. Much as you can send us. Brandon's asking, are you still doing patches? We're not doing patches right now. Probably not going to do patches this year either. We're kind of hitting the reset button on a lot of that stuff. So, we'll see, though. Never know. I might just get impulsive in like 6 months and just order patches. Problem is, where I get the patches from, it's very hard to get anything out of that country right now. It's a little difficult. So,
yeah, because I was able to add stuff. You were able to add stuff. So, hopefully, our friends out there will be able to add stuff.
I'm hoping because I love the variety of music that shows up.
Stop that, Spotify. Stop that.
So the Spotify playlist of the Maritime Paintball Podcast Road Trip 2022 mix is live. So please add to it. Add everything and anything you want.
Hit me with that maritime music.
Let's get some. Like if you got a local band.
I've already added a couple local bands to it because I'm going to go to Ontario and absolutely. I should get a hold of Dead Wolf. I bet those guys would let me use some of their tunes for some fun because they are a sick.
Cool, man.
They're a sick like 80s thrash metal band. I'll add some to the playlist. It is exactly when I say like greasy.
I don't understand why Elise can't. She's telling us in the comments that she can't add to it. So I don't understand what the
heck
you added
is
to it.
Yeah, and that's really weird. Maybe have to remake the list. Okay, we will sort that out in the next 24 hours, everybody, because this is darned irritating, and I want everybody's music because 14 hours of me, and again, I've warned you all. You want to put the Spice Girls, you want to put Aqua? I dare you to put Aqua, because I'll sing Aqua all day long. Gloria Gaynor, don't care. The only person you're really punishing is Brad and you yourselves if I turn the camera on. That's what happens when I have a lot of time on my hands.
But bring it.
I want it.
I'll be full of rage for the event, and I'll power through. So in addition to the Spotify playlist, you'll notice in the description there is another link there. We're playing around with something. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna play around with this. You can now leave us voicemails, 90-second voicemails that we will then.
Such a bad idea. I know. I feel like this is such a bad idea, and I can't wait.
So the idea is that you have 90 seconds to make a comment, ask a question, whatever, as long as it's appropriate. And what I mean by appropriate is won't get me banned.
Yeah, that
we'll play it on the air.
Yeah, absolutely. It is subject to me listening to it because
we need to make sure that we're allowed to actually air the audio. And to be fair, and while I'm not a big fan of censorship, quote unquote,
we do
if you're just being a shithead and it's just gibberish, probably not going to play it.
No, I'm not.
Or we will play it and we'll make fun of you. One of the two.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one more actually. Let's do that one.
Big fan.
Yeah.
But No, nothing. But moving on.
It's in the description, so you can find the link there. We'll share the link out regularly, and what we'll do is we will play the recordings at the beginning of the next episode, live. Like we'll queue everything up; it'll be done live.
I love it.
Sound good, folks? So please, folks, we're playing around with it. If you guys are using it and everyone likes it, we'll keep it going. If it doesn't get used and nobody really likes it, then we'll just stop using it. No big deal. Trial and error, right? That's what we're trying. It's only taken 7 years to get there. Now, what's next?
Wow.
Spotify playlist done. Voicemails. Congrats to Ryan. We did that. We got a sweaty Saturday. Oh, yeah, it's this Saturday. We've deemed it's all the speedball boys are going out to the field Saturday because they're playing speedball. So tomorrow we've deemed it Sweaty Saturday Speedball.
It's going to be sweaty. Those guys haven't been out a lot. A lot of them haven't really been out a whole bunch. Some of them have been traveling to the States, but there's a couple of them. Steve, that's extra sweaty, and Teddy. I don't know if they're listening, but they're going to have like a 1v1 at the street ball this year. Yes. I suspect that last year's winning champion, Jason Moore Miller, is going to be there. Hopefully I can convince him to like moderate it or ref it, because who better? And I want to see
really
Teddy
dope.
and Steve. There's been some wonderful, yes, beer belly bunker day. You leave me alone, Ponage.
Belly bunker day.
Yes,
I love
sir.
that.
You're gonna listen. It sticks out around the bunker. It's bad.
Oh, can we make that a team? Can we be the beer belly boys?
Yes, there, boy. We'll get the Maritimers, and we're gonna run down somebody. I'm going hunting, and I'm gonna enjoy it. Oh, Andrew's been able to add to it, buddy. Wham! Yes, this man. I hope this guy is going to commando, because he seems like he's a soul animal. With a name like Ganga, he's got to be he's got some Acadian in him. He's got something good going there. So I'll go to Ontario and je vais parler ma langue. Ma vraie langue there. They won't like that.
So Moncton, so this Saturday we are poking fun, but it is Sweaty Saturday Speedballers. And then Sunday, me and Tom are going. That's Fun Day Sunday.
It's the return of the king.
That is going to be zero skill, loads of fun, just screwing around, don't care, having a blast. We're going to do interviews. We're going to try and do some on-the-field interviews, because those are hilarious.
I know for a fact that there is a famous YouTuber. It's going to be there, and he's in our chat now, so we'll have to interview him about his channel, because I do love Ponage's work. He makes me smile every time I watch his videos. So I'm looking forward to that.
Hey, Sam MWR is in the chat. For those that don't know MWR, this dude here.
Oh! That guy. That's really cool.
Does superb 3D printing.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, he was part of a bigger project that I was kind of on the outside looking in, but kind of on the inside, but not. It was really strange. I was supposed to be the media guy for them, and then outside circumstances got in the way. Not of us, but actually, like, the whole project kind of fell apart because, long story short, some people suck.
Shit happens. So, oh, excellent.
Exactly.
Andrew will be there with his son. My son is too small to pick up a paintball marker right now. I mean, he's not too small.
Sam, that project. Yeah. Anyways,
Happy
that's
thoughts.
right. Your young fella's a little too young to be playing. You know what we got to do though? We got to get your young fella, and we got to get Brittany's young fella some jelly blasters.
Oh man, my wife will kill, and it'll be friggin' hilarious. I'm so down with that.
We'll just sick the two kids with jelly blasters on her.
She'll hate that so much. My wife was disturbed that I brought home green army men for my son. So
should I order the jelly blasters now or?
Yes. Allegedly, I said no.
Right. Yes. We all heard it, folks. He said no, and if anyone says he said yes, it was a deep fake.
Yeah. And yeah, it does sound like there's going to be a whack of people there tomorrow.
Yes. I am sad that I'm missing tomorrow, but unfortunately my job is just like Saturdays. Saturdays,
yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah. So I got to pay the piper for playing on Mother's Day, so Mrs. B's told me that I'm to be gone, but I got to pay the piper. So
yeah, same.
I might try to sneak out at some point. Just so I can go shit talk Steve and Teddy and this Brad guy. And it's not our Brad, it's another Brad. I don't know who he is, but I'm gonna have fun messing with
I don't know. He's not as good as me though.
He's not as pretty, that's for damn sure.
No, definitely not as pretty. Very few people are as pretty as I am.
Your son carries your ass on the field. He's tiny and runs fast, isn't he?
Okay.
Oh, Elise. Yes.
Elise managed to add stuff to the Spotify playlist. Folks, it is live. You please add to the Spotify playlist. Just start throwing music in there. Super excited.
Yeah. I love it when I love it when things start to work properly around here. It's beautiful.
Right. Speaking of kids, we're in May. When is Paintball for Kids? That's May 22nd, is it not? It is.
Double check my
calendar. So May 22nd, folks. It is Paintball for Kids at SNL Paintball. Always a good event. Love going to it. They have adorable patches. I don't know if they'll have them this year, but they had them last year. They were absolutely adorable.
I have one. I somehow came across one. I think it got stuck from your gear, but it's now mine.
I think it was the one that was stuck to my beard for half a day, and then somehow ended up in your gear bag.
I like it. It's awesome.
Right? It's fine. It's a great event. It's a good time. It's a great field. The field owner is amazing. And the people who are taking over the family that are taking it. They're all good people. So it's just all around good event, and it's for a good cause. All the money goes to the IWK.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you manage to make it down, if you can make it to Nova Scotia, go to SNL Paintball. Excuse me, May 22nd, and please join us for Paintball for Kids. It will be an absolute blast. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Oh, I love that.
Join us.
I love that field. I love the people that run it. Everybody that goes there are, no question, the most welcoming people. Like Moncton home field is just wonderful. Those guys were awesome to me. But going to SNL and running into all these random people that I've never met before, it's wonderful to feel welcome into a community, and they're so nice. I can't wait.
Right.
Get it?
It's funny because I warned Brittany about paintballers. I was like, paintballers are a weird group. We're a weird bunch. We're incredibly friendly, almost to a fault.
They're doing jerseys.
And as soon as I said that, Melanie from Sons of Barnaby added her on Facebook, and they started chatting. And I was like, I told you.
Wonderful.
When you're in the world of paintball, it's a weird world.
You're in or you're out.
Weird world. Yeah, exactly. You're either in or you're out.
Mrs. B.
Unfortunately, there unlike any group, there's always a shithead or two. But the majority of it, 99% of paintballers, fantastic people.
Yeah. Mrs. B comes to the field. She checks things out. She usually brings the Starman. We check things. He comes and he plays, but she played and she bruised so bad that
Peach.
Oh, buddy, it was real hard to go to the family picnic after that weekend because I'm just like, I didn't beat her. I swear I didn't because if I tried, she'd fucking club me with a 2x4. She's not stupid.
I was gonna say, like, if you, I've met your missus, and if you ever had the thought of raising a hand, you'd be dead.
Oh man, she's as tall as I am and probably just as strong. So yeah, we don't mess with her. Ooh, what did Elise send us? Yes, oh cool, that's right, because you can get jerseys.
Yes, there are jerseys for paintball for kids and patches apparently, so that's very cool.
I'm looking. I'm happy. Oh, that's right. We got to turn down our markers. Semi-auto.
I'm still not 100% sure if I 100% agree with the tuning down, just because they move slower. They're more likely to bounce when they move slower like that.
Yeah,
and they're more likely to bruise when they bounce.
Yeah. See, I would see like 275, and I would be content. But
I would say leave. Honestly, I would say leave it at 280 and bring it way down the balls per second.
8 balls
Instead
a second.
Of 10, yeah, but I would bring it down to like 6. I'm not even sure if you can. I think 8 might actually be the slowest most markers will go to. But I'm thinking like leave it at 280, shoot as slow of a balls per second as you can.
And their refs are good there. Just don't. That one dude I ran down like a dog because I'm deaf, I felt bad about. But that's just it. Nobody ran anyone down.
That was funny.
Yeah, shut up.
I had the chance to run down a ton of people, and instead I just clapped 11 out of 15 on a team. I'm still riding that high.
Well, I think we deemed you could ride it for at least a year until you made a better play. And you didn't get to play a whole lot last year.
There will be no better play than that. That is the play.
My 2 aces in one day were good enough for me on a fucking speedball field that I think I'm going to ride that one for a while too. So that's groovy doovy, baby.
Yeah. So that's paintball for kids. Very excited. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode. Let's watch Brad get real passionate and start just like shaking and making a bunch of irrational movements on the show. So, okay. Here's what happened. For those that don't know, this week, Monday. I think it was Monday. Wolf, those of you who don't know, go look him up. He's like the number one paintballer on like every social media right now. Wolf posted something saying, he said, I think I'm going to do more adult giveaways. Basically, he said that the adults basically have the cash to play. So he wants to do more giveaways for adults. I 100% agree, and I have been screaming this into the void for years. And I'd love to know what your opinion is as well. So please, like, interject in the comments. Tom, I'm pretty sure I know what your opinion is, but we're going to find out anyways. But here's the thing. Here's my argument. Okay. And for those of you with kids, I think you'll agree. that this happens. Paintballers, for some reason, really, really love charity. There's nothing wrong with that. Unfortunately, sometimes that charity is a little bit misguided. And a lot of them are really big on, like, I'm going to donate an entire setup to a kid. Cool. Okay, so here's realistically what's going to happen. Okay, actually, here's the hypothetical. Here's what they want to happen. You give some random rental kid a full setup. We're talking, maybe not brand new, but we're talking like full mask, marker, hopper, tank, pod pack. Right? And they're thinking that kid's going to get addicted to the sport. He's going to become a paintballer. That is the next Ryan Greenspan right there. In reality, what's going to happen is the kid's going to play the one time, get a bunch of gear. His parents are going to be like, fuck, that was kind of expensive. We really can't afford to bring him back to the field. Kid's going to get bored of paintball. All that shit's going to end at the bottom of the closet with the bass guitar, the keyboard, and the skateboard that he promised his parents that he really would practice with and never did again. Because that's what kids do. Not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's reality. And then the other argument a lot of people say is, oh, well, we get kids into the sport. We get kids. We got to get kids into the sport. Why? Well, because then they'll grow up to be paintballers. But what if they don't? What if? And hear me out. This is what I've been saying. And apparently people said I was wrong, but suddenly Wolf's like, we should do this. And everyone's like, fuck yeah, that's a great idea, which tells me that you're a bunch of two-faced pricks out there in the internet. Not you watching the show. You guys are great. But what happened, realistically, if you want to look at this logistically, properly, you don't want to get kids into the sport. You want to get 18 to 25-year-olds into the sport. You know why? Because they have the most disposable income of any generation. That age gap right there is usually they still live at home, but they probably work full-time somewhere, either full-time or part-time, or they have student loan money, and they're financially irresponsible enough that we can get them hooked on something like paintball. So, we got to make paintball look fucking cool, because it is. We got to make it cool again. We bring back the punk rock style, the heavy metal style, the skateboard culture, all that jazz. We get the 18 to 25-year-olds looking at that going, that's really cool, I want to do that. They get hooked on it. They have jobs. They can actually afford to play. And suddenly we've grown the sport a little bit by adding more paintballers in because we showed them what the sport could be. Instead of giving a bunch of gear to a 10-year-old who goes, this is great, and then never plays again.
Yeah. You got to rely on people with vehicles. We got to rely on people with disposable income and disposable time. Mom and dad, unless you are
unless you're very lucky.
Unless you're like Youngblood or... Fuck, I'll drop their names. You got Youngblood, whose mom comes to the field every weekend. You've got Dustin, whose parents totally support that he busts ass and plays this sport. Nolan, his dad comes out and plays with us. And all the other dads who bring their kids. That's great. You got those diamonds in the rough. But you need the guys that are the boys that are going to be playing sweaty speedball Saturday. Those are the guys you need.
Exactly. And that's just it. Like, okay, so yes, we do have those rare occasions where the kids turn out to become like full-on proper paintballers. Those are very rare. And we're very lucky to have 3 of them at our field. You know,
they're all so wicked, dude. They're great little players, and they're nice.
They're great guys.
Nice
they're awesome.
kids.
They're awesome dudes. Ponage says, I will agree that a lot of kids that I've seen been given gear I have never seen again. It's because kids, the kids rely. Okay, so you give a 10-year-old gear, great. The kid's got gear, but where does the kid get the money for field entry, paint? How do they get to the field? They all have to rely on mom and dad. Mom and dad either end up not supporting the sport, saying, no, it's too violent for their kid, which is fine. Every parent has to make that choice. Or mom and dad don't have the cash. You don't know if that kid's there because mom and dad skipped a couple of meals or if somebody else's parents paid for all the kids to go out there. You don't know the situation, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe the kid maybe it was the first time playing and the kid's like spent the day, gets home and just goes, I really didn't like it. Right?
Yeah. Ends up with fidget spinners in the closet.
Yeah, right? So Andrew Gannell Wolf is right. While kids' giveaways are nice, the adults have the bucks. Plus, it's like golf, not cheap. Kids shed a hobby like flavor of the day. For the record, I was screaming this into the void long before Wolf ever did.
You know what? We should call Wolf. and get his opinion on this.
I've already got him coming on the show in a couple of weeks.
Oh, nice! I'm stoked. That's wicked.
We had Wolf on ages ago because this is a really great topic that I don't know, we could probably get into this as well. Jesus Christ.
Yes, my son?
Oh, we have a baby gate set up because the puppy learned how to go up and down stairs. And I think that dog just like full on steamrolled into the baby gate and knocked it down. It was hilarious. So let me see here. We're going back to the chat. Ryan Bell, I just put my gear on random 16-year-old girl at the field, and now she's hooked on MagFed. Great. That's a different story. 16-year-olds can get jobs. Where I have the problem is kids. We see a lot of people donating gear to 9 and 10-year-olds who don't have disposable income.
Yeah.
Truth is, I would love to see an under-16 speedball event and cater to the parents watching the kids. There are not enough under-16 kids to play speedball. I guarantee you.
I love the idea.
I love the idea.
Because there's nothing
absolutely.
funnier than watching children shoot at each other.
Right. It's like watching Pee Wee hockey. It's hilarious.
Oh.
But there's not enough kids and there's not enough parents who can support that kid with that much paint. That's the kicker, folks. Like, we don't think about, because we're indoctrinated. We are members of the cult of paintball. So you kind of got to step outside the bubble and look from the outside in and look at the cost.
Yeah.
I
tell people what it costs to come and play a day, and they're just like, "Oh, it's not that expensive, but do it 3 times in a month."
Right? Right? It's expensive. Paintball is expensive. It can get very expensive very, very fast. Brittany, what's happening? Hi. I'm that's just the way it is. And as much as I love the idea for paintball and kids being involved in the sport, Brittany says hi, Tom.
Hello. They got kids.
Okay, but what if the kids got to play for free outside sponsors for 3-man teams? If that was a viable option, we would have semi-pro teams in the area sponsored by outside sponsors.
Money's tight. People, I like the idea.
Absolutely.
I really like the idea.
I love the idea of outside sponsors coming in and saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to give this team $500 or whatever the equivalent is, and you're gonna put my signage up everywhere, and that pays for the day. Realistically, you find a big enough business, say like a car dealership, $500. Fuck, $500 falls out of their shoe. You know what I mean? You get a fairly large construction company, $500. Hell yeah, why not? Right? They'll throw that money in there. But if we can't get them to back the semi-pro teams, how are we going to get them to back like a Pee-wee team? See what I mean? Like, they don't see the return on investment because realistically, there's no spectators at these speedball events, at these big paintball events. There's no spectators. I'd love there to be, but there's very rarely spectators or a spot for spectators for that matter. There's still a lot to be figured out when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's not like going to baseball games or hockey games where you can just sit there and watch.
Sorry, we're both clearly just like reading the chat because Ponich is making some. Your points are not wrong.
It's the logistics are difficult. The logistics side of it is where we run into the issues, and this is what I do. I do logistics. Joshua Strata, what's happening, buddy? We're talking, should kids get giveaways or adults? I say no, kids should not be given giveaways. They should not be given free gear.
It should be done. If so, it should be done exceptionally judiciously. Because we did that with Cronus, the young lad. He came one day, and then he came back the next week, and then he came back a third week and bought a gun, like he bought a marker on the spot without even blinking. So now the boys have been kidding him out. Little bits by little bits.
That's different.
But that's different. That's judiciously.
He's earning his kit, right? He's earning his kit. I gave a young fella a headband. Like I had like 6 of them in my gear bag because I have a ton of them from from PB Swagway, I gave him the headband. I said, here, just because the mask wasn't fitting on his head right because his head was too small.
Yeah.
And I was like, here, headband, makes it a little thicker. It'll fit on. I said, here, you can keep that, but only if you keep playing. I said, you bring that back to me when you're no longer playing paintball. And I think that was Dustin that I gave that to.
Nice.
I don't remember.
Ponage, come and find us on Sunday because I like this. Yeah. I like where you're going with this. I want to definitely get him on camera and get his opinion on this because this is cool.
100%. I love the idea. I really do. There absolutely has to be value to support the kids. It's just a matter of how. You know what I mean? Like photos on social media. Is that okay? So you got photos on social media. But you need more than that. And I think what needs to happen is I think you need a proper how do I word this? The field owners, I think the majority of the paintball field owners are not equipped for this level of promotion. I think they need outside help on how to promote that type of event. I'm thinking like, okay, let's say we want to do a Pee-wee game. We want to do like a bunch of kids under 16. Okay, cool. Are we doing? Is everybody bringing their own gear, or is the gear supplied by the field? We have to figure that one out, and then we have to figure out, okay, what's the return on investment from the businesses that are going to sponsor this event? We're going to put up some of their banners around the field. We can hang their banners on the netting. That's too easy. They could be visible in every shot. We can make sure any photos taken have that shot. But then we need to go further than that. We need radio ads. We need constant promotion. We would need to make sure that we promoted the event to get enough people at the event, but we'd also need to promote the sponsors of the event as well. If you ran it as a charity event, there are loopholes with the radio stations where they'll often do like free radio ads for charitable events, but I think you have to be a charity specifically. So there's a lot of logistics there. There's a lot of logistics, and it would be fantastic to do. You might almost need angel investors. You might need somebody who's willing to throw some cash at it and just not look for a return on investment. And I'm talking hundreds of dollars of investment, if not thousands, to get it to go properly. Like really properly. Because what would happen is like you'd have like, let's say you get 5 teams all under 16 and it's 3v3. So you're looking at 15 players. Okay. So you got 15 players there. So let's add on 2 people per person for spectator. So that's 15. So it's 3. So that'd be what? 45 people in total? 50 people? Let's round up to 50. Okay.
Call it 50.
So calling it 50, if you're a business owner, would you pay several $100s so that 50 people could see your banner? I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, it would have to be a big, big, big event. So anyways, as much as I want to support, that's not just shitting on the kids. That's like any event in paintball.
There are a lot of there's a lot of guys like me. I play because again, I've said it 1,000 times, it's my therapy. It's how I get out. It's how I get some exercise because I got to get this rolls off. It's bad. So a guy like me who was starting out would have appreciated a kit setup. Now, by God, did I love that paintball yard sale that I met Brad at, because that was so cool that I
found my pants.
I picked through everybody's old gear because, dude, I've got so much crap in my basement, just gear that I've picked up in box sales over the last couple of years. I'm giving it away. I'm passing it to people. I'm selling stuff dirt cheap because I want it gone. Give it to somebody who's going to use it. Mm-hmm. That's my rule. Again, I don't want it. If I wanted it to sit in a basement, it'll sit in my basement where I'll have a chance to sell it in a year or 2 years. If I give it to someone like my friend Benmo and her boyfriend want to come out and start playing, they've bought markers. She came out with me a couple times. I'm going to throw her 2 masks. Listen, buy me a bag of paint and a cup of coffee, and we'll call it Jake.
Yeah,
that's
done.
It.
Yeah, and that's the way I am. The gear needs to go to where I know it's going to be used.
Yeah.
So
I'm very much now. little kids there, let them try one of my markers, let them throw them like half a bag of paint if I'm leaving early, that little stuff.
Yeah,
that's how you get them hooked. You wait a little while till they've come back 3 and 4 times, then you start thinking that kid there.
Yeah, it's when I recognize the kid at the field and I'm like, you were here last week or you were here 2 weeks ago. That's when it's like, okay, I've got an extra pair of gloves that they might fit this kid, or I've got an old mask that I don't need. Maybe it needs a new lens. I don't want to buy the lens for it. Here you go, kid. Here's a mask. You should probably get a new lens for it. That kind of thing.
That's how the sport. That's how I felt the sport worked when I got into it. That Corey threw me his Tipex for and I think I knew the guy 2 weeks. Threw me his Tipex. He said, "You're coming back next week?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Go home, take it, play with it, figure it out, bring it back next week, and we'll play with it." The guy barely knew me from a hole in the wall. Threw me his gear.
Right.
Knew I was coming back. Brought it right back to him. I fell in love. Now I've got my 2 mag feds that I'm ready to fucking go to town with, and I'm sitting here. It's waiting, baby. I sent you the picture. It's like Sunday morning. Snap, gears by the door. It's canceled. It's too wet. I'm like, well, it's not moving. I just left it there.
It's packed and ready. We're leaving it there, and yeah, that's just the way I think it should be run. Where I run into the problem, just so people understand where I have this issue, where my annoyance.
Mild frustration.
This isn't rage. Mild frustration comes in is when we have people who are just like, we're giving away an entire setup to the best new player at this big event. The fuck does that mean? How do you know they're the best new player? What makes them the best? What makes them a new player? How did you decide? Did you just randomly find some kid using rental gear and be like, yo, I saw you pushing up at some point during the game. Here's a full kit? It doesn't make sense to me. Who deserves the free gear is, because we've talked about why the kids don't deserve the free gear, but here's who I think deserves free gear. Is not the kids. Love kids, don't get me wrong, but they don't deserve the free gear. Who should get the free gear is the single parent that can afford the $50 to go play on Saturday, but can't afford the $200 for a new mask. You know what I mean? Or maybe they can afford to go play twice a month, but they can only afford to go once a month because they have to rent and buy paint. And they work 40 some hours a week, 50 hours a week. They got kids at home. They deserve some gear. They deserve somebody to cut them fucking slack and say, look, man, I've seen you here. You really enjoy it. They're an adult. They can actually say, I love doing this. This is so much fun. This is my therapy. This is what I do. It gives me a break from the kids, from the house, from the monotony of life. And you go, man, this guy's got passion for it. Or this girl's loving this sport. So let's hook them up. They deserve it. They want to do more, but they just need that little push. And then maybe it's just giving them a new mask. Or being like, look, I've got this old 98 custom. It's yours. You don't have to rent anymore. Just take it. It's yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If that kind of thing. If you want to give away gear, give away to somebody who really could use it and it could truly benefit their lives. That's where I think we need to start giving away gear is to those individuals. Somebody who really could use it and just needs a break.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need a break, and it's hard to catch a break, We all know what it's like out there right now. Money's tight, everything's tougher, everything's more expensive. Gas is expensive,
Holy fuck. Right? It's just, I'm
damn looking at you, airlines!
Right.
Damn it! Right. We were set. Shit's gonna be $2. It's gonna be $2 a liter. My butthole's gonna hurt after this trip, but I don't care because
it's fine. We'll deal with it.
Oh yeah, well, there's no choice at this point. I'm no.
Yeah, we're committed.
Yeah,
come hell or high water.
Well, I should be committed, but that's a whole other conversation.
And but yeah, that's just how I feel it should be. It should actually be those individuals who should be the ones who get the stuff, get the free stuff. Because it's like I can actually picture it. I can picture a parent, or like not just a single parent, just a parent in general, going out and playing as much as they can, and just being like look at maybe at DEF CON's website, and they're just like, man, like look at that Dye i5. That's a really sharp looking mask. I could really use a new mask. They look at the price; it's $200+, and they look at that and they go, "Oh, Timmy needs new shoes, so I don't get a mask." You know, like that's realistically how it works, you know, or the grocery bill, or the power bill's a little high this month, or the gas bill, or whatever, right? And so they keep pushing their stuff aside. So that's really where I think if you want to give away gear, like if you're the kind of person, you're charitable and you're like, I want to give stuff away because it makes me feel good, great.
We encourage
but maybe
that.
Think twice.
We thank you for that. If you want to give your gear to kids, that's cool. It's just maybe think about it. And I'm not saying don't give stuff to kids. Like, we're not saying that, people. Y'all know that. But it is kind of frustrating. And I can remember being in my early 20s and always seeing little kids that are like 9 with the 98 custom set.
Right.
I'm like, damn it, man. Here I am using an old Spider shutter. Like, really nice. But.
Yeah, exactly.
That's life, right?
So, on top of that, speaking of kids versus adults, this is a neat little topic that I've talked about in the past. And I don't know if I talked about it with you, Tom. Might be an episode on its own. We might have to do this one maybe next week.
Okay, what do you got?
Adult-only game, no kids allowed. I'm talking 19 and up.
Are you talking about it in the sense of, so clearly you haven't because my brain kind of went, are you talking about in the sense of not serving alcohol? You just don't want little kids there?
Both. Here's where the idea came from. I was at an event one time. I won't say which one. There was a lot of people, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. And we're all ready to go. We're pumped. Everybody's pumped, right? Everyone's super excited. And the event organizer went, well, just remember, folks, there's kids on the field, so take it easy. And my thought process was, no, I drove several hours to be here. I will not take it easy. I will go as hard as I fucking please. And then I got thinking, what if there was an adult-only game? But we add on to this. We go, okay, 19 and up, right? Maybe we do 18 and up. No, we'll do 19. We'll do 19 and up. Hear me out. We do an event. You go as hard as you want. You know there's no kids on that field, so you just fucking give her, right? If you want to, you just do whatever you want. You just boom, 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 right? Event ends, and I'm talking 2-day event here, right? So Saturday, you go. Game starts 10 a.m. 6 p.m. game stops, okay? Everyone puts their gear away. Now, obviously, we're going to have to hire security for this event, but we do it to 19 only. We're bringing a DJ. We're bringing dancers. I'm talking both male and female. We got to be equal here, right? So if we're going to have naked women on the stage, we might as well have naked men on the stage, right? Then, because it's a 19 only up event, and you go, we're bringing in a DJ. We're bringing in dancers, right? And then you go, hey, we also talk to Monster Energy or Rain Energy, and we talk to Smirnoff and Bud Light. They're bringing reps down. They're going to, you know what I mean? Like, we bring in the liquor sponsors. They show up. Now it's a party.
Yeah.
So you paintball all day, then you party all night. You get super fucking hungover. You bring in some food trucks, right? You bring in some good shit. You get every super drunk, not super drunk, right? Maybe do like drink tickets, right? 2 drink max, maybe that kind of thing with sign up, right? You have security on site to keep shit calm.
You'd have to because firearms and alcohol are not known to mix very well, and that's where my brain is going because I'm like, now. You want to do it. There's Brittany thinking. You do like a rave? Go all night?
That's what I'm thinking. You do a party, right? Like
no booze. No booze. You just get every energy drink sponsor on that you can get your hands on. Rain, work water. Love those guys. We get all those guys and we start hammering out and you get a DJ and do everything else. Just don't supply booze.
Okay. Hear me out.
Then you have security for the guys who are drinking in the parking lot.
Right? But what if we do, how about we do, but there was got to be a way to separate it. So that, like, so you can play paintball all day and then you can party that night. There's got to be a way to separate it. Maybe security check-ins or something. I don't know. That's where you need a professional event promoter or event organizer to handle this, because I don't know how to do it. But somebody must know how to set something like this up, because then you can party all night, and then the next day you have the slowest moving game of paintball ever seen, because everyone is so exhausted and hungover.
And I understand, Jacob, you wouldn't be interested in that kind of event, but what you do from that is you cull the weak and you find the ones that are hooked on paintball. The guy that didn't drink that much because he got a good taste of it on Saturday, and on Sunday he's just ripping the shit through the field. That's the guy that you're like, hey, buddy, do you have any gear? Here's a kit. You win. There's your prize winner.
Right? There we go. Right, and that's that. Okay, so Jacob's like not interested in that kind of event. I get it, but I understand you're.
I'm not interested in that kind of event.
I don't. I am though. I want to party hard. I'm interested in the party side. But think of it this way, Jacob. You could play all day. Maybe stick around for the party a little bit, right?
Oh.
Just have a little bit of fun, and then take off. Come back. You're refreshed. I'm a hungover, disgusting mess. Guess who's actually gonna win the game of paintball the next day? Sure shit ain't gonna be me.
I party on the field, so that's been my trick, is that I just consistently party all day long, and I just don't booze up, because nah, man, I've watched a lot of bachelors show up hungover on paintball on Sundays, and man, they make sweet targets.
Such sweet targets.
And it's the Miami Grand Prix this weekend, so I'm going to abuse my body and then come home Sunday, and I'm going to flop right here, right in this very spot, and I'm going to melt into my chair and hate my life, but I'm going to really enjoy the race. I don't want to move. I haven't had carbs. We'll order a pizza. I ain't doing shit. The first game of the year, I am going to be I'm not working.
Oh, I'm going to wreck my body.
I'm glad I'm on the road Monday.
My hips, my knees, my ankles, my shoulders, my back, everything is just going to be ruined, and I can't wait. It's going to be so good. But,
yes, Andrew, I agree. I am all about having fun. And Brad will attest to me walking out into a field and getting lit up like a Christmas tree and coming back going, they're over there. Coming back out, they're over there, guys.
Here's what I would love to see, and I don't know how to make it happen, and I really should try and hunt down a event organizer to help me with this and find a field that would help support this as well, because this field's going to need infrastructure. That's the thing. This field's going to need power. We're going to need access to it. At the very least, we're going to need enough space for a ton of porta potties.
We're not suggesting any one field, because there's no field around that could do.
No.
There's one spot I got in mind that can do it, but then that's going to require a different type of infrastructure. I'm going to talk to you about that one, because something just popped into my head, and it's.
Because what I'm thinking is like, and I told Tom about this ages ago, but I have a book. It's a book full of it's a coffee table book full of old photos, from years and years and years from this magazine called Paint. And there's one particular little photo in it. It's about yay big. It's only a little Polaroid sized photo that they had. And this is the energy. I'm not saying I 100% condone what they were doing, but the mindset and the energy is what I'm after. So I'm trying to recapture. I'm trying to bring back. This was Dynasty years ago. We're talking years ago. Dynasty did this one time. They had their table set up. It was their merch table, right? Like early days of Dynasty. They had some merch to sell. And I don't know who was working the booth, but it was a very attractive young lady. She's probably 20-some years old. Mm-hmm. And there was a tip jar with a little sign that said, when this jar gets full, we'll serve you topless. Hey. And I'm like, that's the party atmosphere I want to bring back.
That is, that's how you get your tips, man. I'm
not necessarily condoning we just have like a bunch of people running around topless. I mean, I'll run around topless.
I got some.
But what I'm saying is that like that funny, tongue-in-cheek level of energy and party mentality. That's what I'm after, right? That's what I'm after. That's what I'm chasing. And I think it could be a thing. It's just we'd need the right field, and I would need the right organizer to help pull it off. And I'd probably need a full year to actually organize it, negotiate contracts, and get sponsors, because I think it could be something.
I think it could
be too. I think it could absolutely be a thing. We do a wet dry do a wet dry event.
Yeah.
Like all the booze would actually be allocated to one location. Like it wouldn't just be open carry. Though I have been to many fields that allow this, and there is gear nearby. So, but I think that's a topic for next week. Maybe that's what we'll talk about.
I think so, because I've just had a brainwave, and I think it's a pipe dream. I don't know if it can be done, or just the legality of a lot of it and locations and everything. But I have an idea, and I'm going to throw it past you. We're also going to have some wonderful times on our drive talking about this shit, so it's going to be
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So that's it, folks. We're gonna take off. We're out of here. It is the 1 hour mark, and it's been a blast. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and letting me rant into this microphone about a topic that I am unhealthily. Is that a word? I have an unhealthy level of passion over.
That's okay. Matthew Sean, a legend in my mind, because I just see him all the time in Facebook land. Nice to see you here, buddy. I would love to party.
He's there.
I would love to party with those guys in the 2000s. They seemed like animals.
Yeah, right? That's the thing. Like, they used to party. Like, it's back in the day. People joke about, like, oh, you can't believe somebody's drinking a beer at the paintball field. Do you have any idea how loaded the speedball teams were in the early 2000s?
Watch bowling they in
were
the 80s.
Not hitting. They were hitting the field either loaded or hungover, not healthy. They played hard. Anyways,
on that bombshell.
That's it. We're out of here. So thanks so much, folks. Until next week. Cheers.
Toodles.